On news at night, INEC to authenticate party registers ahead of primaries. Ramadan fast continues Sunday as moon not sighted in Saudi Arabia. 5 rescued in China, building collapse as search for others continue. And super Italian agent Raiola Mainu is dead. Hello and welcome. Ahead of the primaries of political parties scheduled to end on June 3rd, the Independent National Electoral Commission says it will authenticate the membership registers submitted to it by the parties. It, however, warns that any political party that falsifies its figures or has multiple registration on its register may have its candidate disqualified. It said whether the parties choose to adopt direct or indirect primaries, the Commission would verify their delegates list against the registers they submitted, adding that no infraction will be tolerated from the 18 registered political parties. Section 77 of the Electoral Act 2022 mandates all political parties to maintain membership registers and submit the same to the Commission not later than 30 days before their respective primaries. The newly signed Electoral Amendment Act 2022 has substantially empowered Nigeria's electoral management body to deploy technology to enhance electoral transparency and accountability. But there are growing concerns over the effective application of innovation due to insufficient technology, human capacity, and the tendency of politicians to circumvent the process. In this report, Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman takes a look at these issues against the backdrop of the forthcoming general election. The zoning of the presidency, saying it negates the standard norms of democracy. The NEF convener, Professor Ango Abdullahi, said this during a meeting with the coalition of northern groups in Zaria, Kaduna State. For him, political parties should allow their members freely vote for candidates of their choice. He said the power-sharing deal between the northern and southern regions of Nigeria is dead and buried, insisting that candidates should be allowed to contest elections on the basis of merit and competence. Still ahead, the South-South Screening Committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, led by the chairman and governor of Bayelsa, Senator Dui Diri, had concluded the screening of 56 governorship aspirants from 4 states in the zone. The 2-day exercise, which was expected to screen 57 aspirants, ended Friday with the screening of 56 Guba aspirants from Rivers, Delta, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River states. The report.
Speaking at the end of the screening exercise, held at the zonal office of the party in Port Harcourt, chairman of the committee and governor of Bayelsa, Diri Doye, described the exercise as tasking but transparent. Diri expressed confidence that the party would present its best candidates in the general election, adding that all aspirants have what it takes to fly the party flag.
And so for me, whether at the end of the day you win the primaries, the party primaries or not, we all must remain to support our party and to ensure that we not only support our party, but support our country.
Some of the governorship aspirants from Rivers who attended the screening exercise include the immediate past secretary to the Rivers State government, Tami Donagogo, and the immediate past PDP chairman in the state, Felix Oboa.
To bridge the gap between the rich and the poor, so at least people will be happy. I am very, very confident we have the capacity to lead the state. Very, very confident. And I'm very sure, by the special grace of God, inshallah, I will make it.
For instance, let's say the taxi drivers. Let's take one simple one, taxi drivers. You have a committee which says don't stop and pursue them each time they stop. No, you have a committee that says when you stop, you will pay for it. And they generate money. And those persons who arrest them are being paid. The society will be more protected because nobody will want to spend money that way. And that's what they do in advanced country. So we have to change our management from protecting to managing it in such a manner that it will generate income and give us the decent environment we want to.
I'm sure you are all witnesses to what is happening now in Rivers State, the infrastructural transformation that is going on in Rivers State, which of course, by the grace of God, I've been part of over the years. What I intend to do as governor of Rivers State is to raise the level.
Correspondent reports that the committee screened 17 aspirants from Rivers State, 15 from Delta State, 11 from Cross River State, and 14 from Akwa Ibom State.
Moving on, Katsina State Deputy Governor Manir Yakubu has formally declared his intention to succeed Governor Bello Masari in 2023. This comes as political activities leading up to 2023 gather momentum in the state. Jamil Mabai has more.
It is pertinent to submit that Katsina State.
In his declaration speech, the Katsina State Deputy Governor Manir Yakubu said his intentions to succeed Governor Masari is to further uplift the living standard of people from the prevailing global economic downturn that has impacted negatively on citizens. The Deputy Governor assured continuity of the restoration agenda of the present government to ensure that the people benefit maximally from the government programs.
After a wide consultation with the relevant stakeholders, and fulfilling our latest obligation of contributing one's effort towards social development, I humbly presented myself recently to our great party for the contest of office of the governor of our dear state. Having worked harmoniously as the deputy governor with His Excellency Right Honorable Anil Bello Masari, the governor of Katsina State, for the last 7 years, I believe I am eminently qualified to contest for this executive portion. The approach to my governance will ensure continuity of the restoration agenda of the present government, which I am part of, and will focus on 6 pillars: education, agriculture, health, trade and MSME development, security, and social reform.
He boasted of having the political competence and the capacity to steer the leadership wheel of Katsina to greater heights.
For a serious business, the governance.
In his opening remarks, Ibrahim Tukurji Kamshi assured that Manir Yakubu is coming to serve, adding that he has over the years garnered the requisite capacity and competence to deliver on the mandate of governing the state. Manir Yakubu started his political career in 1979 when he joined the People's Redemption Party, PRP. He has been part of different political movements since then to the present dispensation, a feat many believe has placed him on the right footing for the governorship task. Jamila Mabai, Trust Television, Katsina.
The Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, on Saturday rejected the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency proposal that political parties should make drug integrity tests part of the screening requirements for aspirants seeking to contest political offices in the 2023 general election. IPAC described the move as outrageous, unusual, absurd, appalling, and a deliberate attack on the sensibilities of lovers of democratic governance in Nigeria. National Chairman of the Council, Engineer Yabagi Yusuf Sani, who disclosed this in a statement, said the proposal portrays politicians as drug addicts who must be certified fit to run for various elective offices by the agency. Sani said there is no justification whatsoever for extra constitutional requirements as proposed by the NDLEA boss, adding that IPAC would continue to uphold democratic ideals, ethics, and ethos. The Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, on Friday paid a condolence visit to the family of the late Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Lamidi Adeyemi III. Members of the Oyomesi and other chiefs on the passing of the departed monarch. Osinbajo at the visit said he came to commiserate with them on behalf of President Muhammadu Buhari and the federal government. He said the late monarch understood the place, history, heritage, and political economy of his people in imbuing self-worth and self-esteem in the people. While commiserating with the government and people of Oyo State, the Vice President called on them to emulate the virtues of the departed monarch and pass saying.
So Kabiyesi was the most erudite person. One of the things that you came away with every time that you met Kabiyesi is that this is one of the foremost intellectuals that our society has produced, but he has been tucked away by the monarchy. The monarchy has prevented him from being his true self, and his true self is actually a professor. But I'm happy, very, very happy, that he also had the discipline of writing down his thoughts and writing down his opinions, so that generations to come will benefit from his deep knowledge.
This year's Shawwal moon has not been sighted in Saudi Arabia. This means that fasting will continue on Sunday. By this development, fasting will continue in the Holy Kingdom on Sunday, while Monday will be Eid al-Fitr. The Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, under the leadership of its President General and Sultan of Sokoto, Mohammed Sa'ad Abubakar III, had urged Muslims across the country to look out for this year's Shawwal moon on Saturday. Meanwhile, His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, Sa'ad Abubakar, has declared Monday, 2nd May, as the first day of Shawwal. The Sultan, in a statement, said there were no positive sighting claims received from members of the National Moon Sighting Committee. The Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, has beefed up security at airports ahead of the Eid al-Fitr celebration. Acting General Manager, Corporate Affairs, Faithful Hope Igbaze disclosed this in a statement issued on Saturday. He added that FAN would ensure seamless facilitation of passengers during the Salah celebrations and beyond. The spokesperson said facilities at the airports have been improved upon and are functioning optimally. Travelers were also enjoined to look out for directional signatures for guidance and also abide by all safety and security instructions. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command has assured Muslim faithful and other residents in the territory of safety during the Salah celebration. This comes amid threats by terrorists to attack important places within the capital city. In a statement by the spokesperson of the command, DSP Josephine Ade, the Commissioner of Police, Babaji Sunday, said robust security architecture has already been in place for the celebration, noting that the operation order is designed to ensure watertight security at all places of worship and their environs. Daily Post reports that the Department of State Services had on Tuesday alerted Nigerians of the plan by terrorists to bomb public places in the country. You're watching News on Trust Television. Coming up, customers disappointed over skyrocketing prices of camels. Details of this and more after the break. Do stay. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is News on Trust Television. Our top stories. INEC to authenticate party registers ahead of primaries. Ramadan fast continues Sunday as moon not sighted in Saudi Arabia. Moving on, security agencies in Nasarawa State have promised to carry out a joint patrol in this year's Salah celebrations in order to ensure hitch-free festive period in the state. State Commissioner of Police Adeshina Shoyemi stated this while addressing journalists in Lafia. Shoyemi said the joint patrol is intensifying interagency collaboration that will guarantee effective security because of the peculiarity of the period. He warned mischief makers and criminal elements to have a rethink as the command has put in place measures to curtail any attempts to breach the peace.
In collaboration with other security agencies, the Air Force, the SSS, the Civil Defense, even the hunters and all others, we are going to have a joint patrol during this period. Till the end of the long celebration, we are going to have a long weekend. We are assuring everybody that we are going to be on the neck of all those bad people. The Eid ground will be covered, and all junctions, road within the state, we want to occupy and dominate everywhere. So there won't be any chance for any bad person to come in. These people you are seeing, they are arrested as a result of what we have been doing towards our preparation towards this festivity. We want the good people of Nasarawa State to have peaceful festivity. That's why we have done this one.
The Zamfara State Commissioner of Police, Ayub El-Kana, has felicitated Muslim Ummah, especially the people of Zamfara State, on this year's Eid al-Fitr Salah celebration. The CP assures that adequate security arrangement has been put in place to ensure hitch-free celebration before, during and after the period. To this end, the command is partnering with other sister security agencies, religious and community leaders to avert any unwarranted incident and also safeguard lives and property in all the 14 local government areas of the state. A statement by the Police Public Relations Officer Superintendent Muhammad Shehu said among the crime prevention strategies adopted were rigorous patrol, stop and search and joint show of force to cover vulnerable locations. It will also cover Eid al-Fitr prayer grounds, recreation centers, highways, parks and other public places across the state. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Osun State Command, has assured the people of the state of adequate security during the Eid al-Fitr celebration. The Commandant, Emmanuel Ocheji, said over 2,000 personnel of NSCDC in the state will be deployed to provide security across the state and ensure safety of lives and property. Ocheja said NSCDC operatives are undergoing regular trainings to ensure that they are capable of performing their duties. The Osun NSCDC Commandant, while speaking with Trust TV's Hamid Oyegbade in Osogbo, congratulated Muslims on the Eid al-Fitr celebration.
See, we are operationally very fit, considering most of the trainings we've been having. And presently, we're about to inaugurate the Special Female Squad. And apart from that, we'll have men, officers and men in operations who are fit to carry out the duties being ascribed to them. And presently, for the Salah celebration coming up, we have already mandated about 2,500 of our officers and men. In fact, they are going on special training presently in the area of intelligence and in the area of operations. We have the SWAT team. They are also very prepared. We have also identified so many locations. These locations are locations that we have to send our men to. And presently, intelligence is there, fishing out, giving us information. So that is what we are presently doing. But I want to assure the people of...
As Eid al-Fitr celebration draws nearer, demands for livestock such as cows, sheep, goats and camels increase, especially amongst Muslim communities. In northwestern Nigeria, the Mai-Adua livestock market in Katsina State remains one of the major destinations for prospective buyers who want to purchase for consumption, especially during religious festivities. Mai-Adua International Border Market, which operates on Sundays, witnessed large turnout of traders, merchants and prospective buyers of camels, being the last market day before Salah. Abdullahi Yamadi was at the camel section of the market and now reports.
Almost all the camels here were brought to this market from the neighboring Niger Republic. Besides purchasing camels for consumption, some local traders buy it for fattening, while others for farming and utility services. Prices of camels vary depending on stage of development, physical state, utility, and body conformation. Season of breeding also determines the value of the animal. Alhaji Isiaku Tashar Kadanya from Damusa local government area of Katsina State came to buy one camel for farming activities, but is leaving my Adwa market disappointed. Insecurity forced us to resort to camels. If you buy one, it can work for you instead of 2 bulls. I have been coming for over 25 years. I have been buying camels from this market. One of the merchants from Damagaram in Niger Republic, who brought in about 25 camels, says the sharp increase in the price of the animals can be blamed on the instability in foreign exchange rate. The issue of exchange rate is our problem. I used to bring camels here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Today I brought 25, but there are no buyers due to exchange rate issue. The camel is one animal that is used and consumed widely in northern Nigeria. It, however, does not enjoy the same acceptance in the south of the country, which means the number of the animal transported there for consumption is insignificant. Nigerian camel traders are feeling the heat as they must pay more to buy less because of the continued depreciation of the naira. In spite of all odds, I have everything in this business. It has given me comfort. I thank God. Experts say urgent steps need to be taken by the Nigerian government to save its currency and businesses from collapsing. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Unknown gunmen on Friday invaded another beer parlor in Anambra State and killed 5 persons. The incident, according to reports, happened at Utundu Beer Parlor in Obiofia village, Osumain in Nnewi South local government area of Anambra State. An eyewitness who pleaded anonymity said the unidentified gunmen invaded the restaurant at about 8 p.m. and immediately opened fire on customers, killing 5 of them, including the owner of the restaurant, identified as Utundu from Amici. Videos from the scene of the incident, which are currently trending on social media, also shows that 4 of the victims were male, while one, the owner of the shop, was a female. The police public relations officer in Anambra State, DSP Tochukwu Kenga, is yet to confirm the attack. Operatives of Operation Safe Haven maintaining peace in Plateau and environs say gunmen have killed 2 locals and a soldier at Rikwe Chongu village of Kwal, district of Bassa local government area of Plateau State. The media officer of the operation, Major Ishaku Takwa, who confirmed the incident to newsmen on Friday in Jos, said that the incident occurred on Thursday night, adding that OPSH deployed its troops to the community. But David Mallison, National Publicity Secretary of the Irigwe Development Association, said 3 locals were killed, 1 person injured, and several houses razed. Mallison identified those killed to include Marcus Aldo, Ya Wenke, 42, and Amos Kanga, 61 years old. The Gombe State Command of the Nigeria Police has arrested 4 suspects for alleged criminal conspiracy and culpable homicide. The suspects, said to be members of political thug group popularly known as Galari, were accused of killing personnel of the Nigerian Army. Ibrahim Ismail reports.
This is Ibrahim Yahya, a young personnel of the Nigerian Army, School of Infantry, Jaji, Kaduna State, who was brutally killed by thugs in Gombe metropolis. The hoodlums had on the 24th of April 2022 stormed the residence of the victim at 1:30 a.m. and attacked him. The Nigeria police said it succeeded in arresting the suspect.
We have, number 1, a case of criminal conspiracy and culpable homicide with 4 suspects under. 1, Dauda Mohammed M, age 22 years, aka Agenda, one Kabiru Abubakar M, age 28 years, one Ibrahim Salih M, age 20 years, and one Mustafa Swanem, unknown, presently at large. That on the 24th of April at about 01:30 hours, based on credible information received by police operatives attached to Gombe Divisional Police Headquarters, arrested the group of Kalare boys who invaded the residence of one Malam Yakubu Abdullahi M, aged 60 years, of Aliyu Modibo Street, Herwagana Quarters, Gombe, and stabbed his son, one service number 16NA 1771-4828 PT Ibrahim Yahya of the Nigerian Army, School of Infantry, Jaji, Kaduna State. A victim was taken to Specialist Hospital by the operatives of Gombe State Police, Divisional Police Headquarters, where he was confirmed dead by a medical doctor, and the case will soon be charged to court on conclusion of investigation.
However, one of the suspects denied any involvement.
I was
not in the gang that killed the army personnel, but I know the boys involved. One of them testified that I was not part of them.
With
the recent killing of an army officer by Kalare boys, many residents of Gombe fear a possible resurgence of the political thugs ahead of the 2023 general elections. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail, reporting for Trust TV.
A father of 7, Sunday Uguru, has been arrested by the Ebonyi State Police Command over the alleged murder of his wife, Anulika. Uguru hails from Ekeru Ihimagu in Izi local government area of the state. This is the deceased, whose body has been deposited in a mortuary in the community, was killed on 26 April 2022. Briefing journalists over the incident, a human rights activist in Ebonyi State, Samson Nweke, said the deceased reported a case of battery and domestic violence to his office against her husband on the 19th of April 2022. Nweke, who reported the husband to the police, said that he had an appointment with the deceased the day she was killed. But the accused, Aguru, claims that the deceased drank some herbicide from a yet-to-be-identified person and died. When contacted, the police public relations officer in Ebonyi State, DSP Lovett Oda, said that police is still investigating the matter. The Kano State branch of the Nigeria Labour Congress says it is expecting Kano State government to implement about 40% of the demands it presented in 2021. During a pre-May Day symposium in Kano, chairman of the union, Kabiru Minjibur, said although there were some improvements, many noticeable lapses need to be covered. Idris Repro reports.
Focusing on labor, politics, and the quest for good governance and development in Nigeria, this year's Pre-May Day Symposium seeks to highlight the role of Nigerian workers in politics and national development, as well as how it can be harnessed towards addressing the challenges of the nation's workers.
This conference was aimed to seek and set the labor agenda as a guide to all affiliates and workers and for engagement with Nigeria's political class at federal, state, local government and world levels, especially as we approach the 2023 general election.
According to NLC in Kano, some of the 2021 demands may have been met, but workers' welfare is still not at the satisfactory level.
Obviously, I want to assure you that more than 60% of our demand of last year has been implemented by the government. But I believe there are some other issues that arise within the years, especially the issues of deduction of salary of workers and pensioners, because that one is a new issue because of the economic situation we found ourselves. But even that one, we are discussing with government to ensure that a report was made appropriately.
But Kano State government would argue otherwise, as the State Head of Service, Usman Bala, confirmed the commitment of Governor Abdullahi Ganduje towards ensuring the welfare of workers across the state.
I can bet you this month alone, we have imputed under the salaries of civil servants promotion cases of over 2,300 workers of Kano State. This month alone. So which means welfare issues that are coming in day and out, are being implemented by the government. So governor is keenly concerned on improving the welfare of civil servants, and he has been doing a lot. You can see the issue of motor vehicle loan. I think perhaps only in Kano State does government provide loans to its workers.
While the Workers' Day celebration in Kano is expected to be low-key, NLC and all its affiliates unions say the struggle will always continue, regardless of the roadblocks. Idris Juprin, Trust TV News, Kano.
President Muhammad Buhari has renewed the appointment of Dr. Yahaya Baba Adamu as Medical Director and Chief Executive of the Federal Medical Center KEFI in Nasarawa State. According to a letter dated April 6, 2022 and signed by the Minister of State for Health, Dr. Adeleke Mamora. The renewal of appointment is with effect from May 7, 2022. A statement signed by Urom Esang for the head of Public Relations and Protocol of the Federal Medical Center KEFI says the reappointment follows the transformational leadership of Dr. Yahaya Adamu, who has turned around the fortunes of the center since he came on board. Bauchi State Government has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with a United Kingdom-based consortium, HP Capital, to build a private state university teaching hospital in order to address challenges facing the health sector. Governor Bala, while signing the memo at the Government House, expressed confidence that the establishment of the hospital will address some of the health care challenges throughout the state and beyond. Adamima reports.
While signing the MOU, the state governor assures that the hospital will boost opportunities for young and experienced medical doctors across Bauchi and Nigeria as a whole, and also contribute to filling the gap in the healthcare system.
This will provide opportunities not only for our citizens within the state, but everywhere. What we need are services and facilities. Healthcare, of course, in terms of capital applied, that is affecting us so much. And I'm happy that with modesty and humility, we are bringing quality and qualitative healthcare system to Nigeria that will address the capital applied, as well as bring services close to the people at a level of affordability that has been really wide between us and HP Capital.
He disclosed that the project will go about $1 billion with $240 million as a stake-up in the next 1 or 2 months. He directed all relevant stakeholders to give the necessary support and cooperation to the consortium for the success of the project before the expiration of their tenure in office. Earlier, the Managing Director, HP Capital Consultant, Mr. Vandishwar Kausal, said they have chosen Bauchi because of the effort for the state towards improving basic healthcare service delivery.
We'll take full advantage that will make Bauchi the center, if not the capital of the north, but maybe even the whole of Nigeria, because the control and the strength has always been in the north, as we are all aware. Along with that, we are going to build regular hotels and 5-star hotels. And again, we want input from yourselves as what else you would like us to appease you with, since we have plentiful land. Thank you.
According to him, the project is expected to build 250-bed hospital as well as staff and students accommodation. He said the hospital will be built in line with the UK standard for the benefit of the state and the Northeast region as well. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
You're still watching News on Trust Television. I'll see you on the other side of the break. Do stay. Welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Now, in business, Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC has completed the acquisition of a 71.69% stake in Honeywell Flour Mills PLC and a 5.06% stake in HFMP held by First Bank of Nigeria Limited after getting necessary approvals from regulators. The acquisition was approved by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, Nigerian Exchange Limited, and the Securities and Exchange Commission of Nigeria. FMN and Honeywell Group had on November 22, 2021 announced a proposed transaction which would bring together two businesses with shared goals in order to create a more resilient national champion in the Nigerian foods industry. President Muhammadu Buhari Friday said Nigeria was expecting the return of looted artifacts from abroad, including over 1,000 Benin bronzes in Germany's public museums. The president said this at the State House in Abuja while receiving the Oba of Benin, Oba Ewara II, accompanied by members of the Royal Board of Benin and the Board of Trustees of the Benin Royal Museum. The report.
The monarch was at the presidential villa to thank President Buhari on the recent return of two important Benin bronze to its original place of abode by the University of Cambridge and the University of Aberdeen, both in the United Kingdom, after 125 years. The president, while speaking on the return of the artifacts, said the federal government will continue to vigorously pursue the repatriation of looted artifacts.
Nigeria cannot permit these great works to become properties of others. Thus, this administration has made it an important task to ensure the return of these artifacts. In this regard, Nigeria, through the Ministry of Information and Culture, announced at a World Press Conference in October 2019 that the country shall start asserting her rights over all the stolen antiquities of Nigerian origin strewn all over the world, and that Nigeria shall demand for their return.
The Oba of Benin informed the president that his royal court has concluded plan with the NCMM to establish an ultra-modern international standard Benin Royal Museum to house the Benin bronze and other artifacts for the purpose of preserving history, tourism, and education.
May I, at this point, inform Mr. President that we have concluded plans with the NCMM to establish an ultra-modern international standard Benin Royal Museum to house these Benin bronzes and other artifacts for the purpose of preserving our history, tourism, and education. The Benin Royal Museum will be open to the general public for viewing and researchers alike.
And on the foreign scene, Germany has filed a case against Italy at the UN's highest court over attempts within Italy to claim compensation for Nazi-era war crimes. In a submission to the International Court of Justice, Germany says Italy continues to allow cases in its domestic courts despite a 2012 ruling that such claims were inadmissible. It says that since that ruling, over 25 new cases have been filed in Italy. In some of those, the courts have ruled that Germany should pay compensation. Elsewhere, 5 people were rescued from a collapsed building in China, authorities said Saturday, after emergency teams overnight clawed through the rubble of a structure that housed a cinema and guest house. Authorities are yet to reveal how many people they believe are still buried underneath the 6-story building, which caved in on Friday afternoon in central Changsha city. No casualties have been reported so far, but an announcement by Changsha said that search and rescue work is still urgently underway. A top Communist Party official was dispatched to the scene in a possible indication of the severity of that disaster. Let's go on a quick break now. When we come back, Newsline continues. Stay with us. right, welcome back. If you are just joining us, you're still watching News Hour on Trust Television. Now, in sports, Italian super agent Mino Raiola has died of an illness in Milan, aged 54. Raiola was the agent of superstars Erling Haaland, Paul Pogba, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Romelu Lukaku and Marco Verratti. According to reports, the 54-year-old had been hospitalized in Milan where he underwent surgery for an undisclosed illness. It was also speculated that the illness was non-life-threatening as he was expected to make a full recovery. A statement credited to his family read, "In infinite sorrow, we share the passing of the most caring and amazing football agent that ever was." Carlo Ancelotti became the first manager to win the league in all 5 of Europe's major leagues as Real Madrid beat Espanyol to win La Liga. 2 goals from Rodrigo and strikes from Marco Asensio and Karim Benzema confirmed Real's 35th Spanish title. They are 17 points clear of second-place Sevilla with 4 games to play. Ancelotti has also won titles in Italy's Serie A, France's Ligue 1, the Premier League in England, and the German Bundesliga. Now, before we go, let's take a look at a kicker. An overheard conversation on an aeroplane changed Brighton Banzai's life. The former technician is now one of Zimbabwe's pioneering black soldier fly maggot farmers, rearing the flies to produce affordable chicken feed for farmers. Look.
Basic farming, it is the farming of flies, the black soldier fly. I started basic farming in 2018 by researching. It took me the whole year researching basic farming. Then in 2019, I started basic farming. Usually they love to hide their eggs. This is a very, very sensitive insect. It's a very, very sensitive insect. So they lay eggs in the cardboard boxes. So from this side, we come to the growing area. When we leave our tray with eggs, we leave it for 4 to 5 days to hatch. After hatching, we will come to see things like this. This is what we call BSF maggots. Besides teaching people about BSF farming, I also sell chicks. I also send seed to Botswana as far as Botswana, Mozambique, and South Africa. From 7 days going up, it will be ready to feed our animals, either our chickens or our pigs or anything that we need to feed. All right. This is a free feed. Come and join and make your own feed at no cost, only labor you need on basic farming. And this is protein, 4% and above of protein content. Insect is a future for our food security. I think we all know through our climate changes and what's happening to the world. I think insects and animals are the future.
Well, with that, we wrap up News Hour for tonight. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Zainab Bala. Have a lovely night rest.